We're Glenn and Kelly Thresher, designers, manufacturers, and marketers of the Happy Hooker ice fishing device. This is Kelly. Say hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. I'm here today to tell you how to set up your Happy Hooker. This is how it looks when it comes out of the package. It's lightweight, it's simple and easy to use, and it works really well at catching your fish. The first thing you want to do is loosen up this top knob here and extend it out to the length of your pole. You take out your front stabilizers and they go at a 45 degree, and then you tighten up this knob. The back stabilizers come out at a 90 degree, at that, and then you take your rod holder and flip it up. And that's all it takes to get it ready to go. We have our rod here. It fits right down into the rod holder. You take the loop that comes in the package, tie it onto the last eye of your fishing pole, and that hooks right here on this loop. This Y trigger goes over the hook's trigger, and then you take your line
With the bait on it.
with the bait, and it comes out and goes over the Y down into the ice hole where you're going to catch your fish.
There you go.
As the fish hits your bait,
He'll
Glenn
pull
will show
this
you what
down
happens here.
and trip the trigger, and it'll hook him in the upper lip almost every time for us.
Now there are a few things that you need to know about setting up your triggers, adjusting them to your fish that you're trying to catch, and also your fishing pole. Glenn will tell you a little bit about that.
Okay, so what we have is a fishing rod, depending on its diameter and the spline value, the resistance against the arc. It all is a matter of tuning it to this portion of the trigger. That is, you will, depending on your spline value on your rod, you will put the loop over this portion of the trigger, tighten the knob that is here holding that back portion of the trigger, tighten it until it will resist snapping up by itself. Then you will back it off just a little bit, allowing this portion of the trigger. The two will work in harmony to one another, and there's a sweet spot in there that you can find. Setting is very light for perch.
Now there is a little notch in here. What do you do with that notch, Glenn?
Okay, good point. That notch
You can see it right
is
here.
ideal when you're setting up for heavier fish like a Moby Dick, a 20-pound lake trout, or a northern pike, and you have a minnow down there, and he's swimming down there, causing some action to this. You set that in at that time in the notch. That way he's not going to set it off prematurely.
So if you're going for that heavier fish, how do you want to set this part of your trigger?
You want to take it and you want to set this a little heavier, because that way that fish is not going to, that minnow is not going to allow it to set that off.
So you always have this one set the way you explained, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're going for a perch, you want this trigger to be set.
So now you want to set it forward, the point of contact at the sear of these two portions of
So
triggers.
not down in that notch.
Not in the notch, and lighten up on your front knob, and then you're ready for perch. We've been catching quite a few that way.
All right. And then it just pulls down and hooks your fish.
We're very proud of it. Made in America, in Montana.
That's the most important part. Why pay all that extra money for tariffs?